Hey, Marcus Washington, MTC Media here with Golden Dome Report. So, just to wrap up the Miami, Ohio win, that 28-3 ho hum type of win. By the way, 28-3 might not play well in the city of Atlanta. Leonard had Riley Leonard had 154 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing. I think he had like 143 rushing, but it still just did not feel like a comprehensive Notre Dame offense that we have seen with some of the other teams. It just seemed like they're getting things against an opponent that was not a top shelf opponent. And I don't want to call for benchings or anything else, but man, I would love to see what Bo Collins could do with this offense if Steve Angeli was starting that quarterback. I mean, I hate to keep bringing it up, but Notre Dame, if they want to make the playoffs, either Riley Leonard in the passing game must mature and mature quickly, or there needs to be a change in quarterback. And I'm telling you, this week we're going to start to see Notre Dame get pushed a little bit as far as the level of competition. When Louisville comes to town, you remember last year when Notre Dame went to Louisville, how that went out. The Cardinals are coming off of a 31-19 win over Georgia Tech. Keys for Notre Dame: don't let Tyler Shaw make big plays in the passing game. Look, and I'll talk more about Louisville's rushing game later, but that's the way Louisville will get you. It's the way they will score. They will have these big chunk plays to Ja'Cory Brooks, and that is something that Notre Dame cannot give up. So you cannot necessarily be soft in the middle of the field. And at times you've seen Notre Dame in opposing passing games have been soft in the middle of the field, which means that Al Golden's going to earn his money this weekend with what sort of blitz packages he wants to bring. Can these guys get home, especially with all the injuries that Notre Dame has? Number two, Notre Dame has to make their own plays in the passing game, as I just talked about. The passing game needs to mature, and they need to get the chunk plays. Yes, I get it. You want to keep the chains moving and stay ahead of the chains. And with Riley Leonard, they've done a lot of things to kind of stay on schedule. I get all that. But at some point against the better teams, looking down the line, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but like all the way down the line to USC, you're not going to dink and dunk a win against some of these teams. So we got to be able to stretch the field to be able to open up the rush lanes for the running backs. And last but not least, back to the running game. I didn't feel like Notre Dame necessarily ran the ball particularly well against Miami of Ohio. And again, it's great to get chunk plays in the running game, and you need to do that. But it's one of those things where if Notre Dame's going to run on first down, it's got to be second and five, second and four, maybe second and six. It cannot be second and 9, second and 8 with the way that the passing game is rolling right now. So Notre Dame's running game is really important, especially on first down. If they choose to run on first down, it's got to be 4 to 6. Of course, you take more than 6, but it's got to be 4 to 6 yards. Because it can't be second and 8. Oh, wide receiver screen. It's 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7. It can't be that. Notre Dame can't live that way with where their passing game is now. And for Louisville's rushing game, Notre Dame defensively needs to keep Louisville's rushing game from getting started. And, by the numbers, Georgia Tech did a good job at Louisville didn't really get started running the ball at all against Georgia Tech. And that's what Notre Dame needs to do. Now, if Golden's defense takes away the running game and, takes away a running game that's not powerful, takes away that running game and makes Louisville one-dimensional, now all of a sudden, yes, you can put in all these schemes and packages against Louisville's passing game. But again, just like somewhat with Northern Illinois and some of these other games, if you allow Louisville to live on the 2nd and 5s. It's going to open up their playbook. And then you're going to be reactionary. And they're going to be dictating to you as opposed to you dictating to them. So for Notre Dame, that is the big thing. This is a big game against a ranked opponent. And with the Northern Illinois laws, I mean, we already know that Notre Dame needs to run the table to have any chance to get into the top 12. But games like this, especially at home, you're just going to have to, it's going to have to be a win, and it's going to have to be an impressive win. And Notre Dame's in a situation where they need help. They're going to need other teams to lose. This is Marcus Washington, MTC Media, with your Golden Dome Report.